It's time for Around the Ozarks news, brought to you by the Springfield-Greene County Park Board, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
And good morning once again. It's Tuesday. Hope you're having a good week, good day, and we'll do some news.
Here we start. We told you about someone firing shots into a house in Republic or near Republic. Now deputies have made an arrest in that case. William Crouch faces charges in the incident, including assault and unlawful possession of a weapon. And as we suspected, although we didn't know for sure, indeed, this was not a random shooting, but rather police say one of the victims reported it was related to an argument of sorts between two businesses. A minor was injured in that shooting, but has made a full recovery. All right, it's up to a judge whether Marco Dennis can go free on bond or remain behind bars. He is the owner of Plaza Towers in Springfield, who was charged for assaulting a woman and illegally possessing a firearm. He posted bond earlier this month on several state charges, but remains jailed on federal gun charges. Prosecutors say Dennis is a danger to the community and has the means to flee. Meanwhile, his attorney says that her client should be presumed innocent until and unless proven guilty. Now, if convicted, he is facing a life sentence.
Wow. Okay. That's a lot. Former mayor in Willard, meanwhile, is headed to prison. Corey Hendrickson has to pay $200,000 in restitution and spend 3 years behind bars for stealing nearly $300,000 from hundreds of truck drivers who worked for his employer. Hendrickson was mayor in Willard from 2015 to 2021 and was an alderman in 2022. And once again, the story that never ends. Springfield's Planning and Zoning Committee said no to rezoning the highly controversial development going in catty corner or proposed for catty corner of Mercy Hospital, National and Sunshine. That southeast corner there has been the center of much debate between developers who want to put a commercial development there. It's changed several times versus the homeowners, many of them at least in the University Heights neighborhood who want to preserve that space. And they don't want commercial development going in. Just days ago, the Planning and Zoning Commissioners voted 2-6 against the developers' efforts, at least for now. So a win for the residents at this point, but there's been a lot of back and forth in this. So
yeah, and I think that this last time they also didn't kind of have like the plan of what it was going to look like.
Right.
And so I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not, but it seemed like maybe perhaps.
It's hard to get approval when you don't know exactly what you're trying to sell for that corner. And they've amended it several times. They're going back, I think, to the drawing board this time to start over. It was a apartment building with restaurant space at the bottom. It was going to be 6 stories, and they lowered that. Then they were going to have pickleball court. It's been a whole thing,
Yeah. Okay. Springfield Price Cutter is morphing into another store. The Price Cutter on West Kearney near Kansas Expressway will be turned into a King Food Saver. Both stores are owned by the same parent company, which is Pyramid Foods. King Food Saver is a lower cost grocery store. Its grand opening will be on Friday.
That's interesting because we know King Cash Saver because they have one of those in Ozark, but this is King Food Saver. So I don't know what the difference is.
I think it's the same. I actually think it's the same because it's still Pyramid Foods. I think it's the same. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll have to see, I guess, when we figure out what it looks like.
Well, I was looking at the list and they also have King Cash Saver.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Interesting.
Missouri State University has its eyes on a potential new athletic director. A website that covers college sports and does it fairly well, reports that Patrick Ransdell, a deputy athletic director at Appalachian State University, is at the top of MSU's wish list. The Board of Governors will meet tomorrow to make it official, the offer. Ransdell made news by saying that he would put at least $100 million into the Missouri State football program.
How do you plan to do that?
Yeah. That's incredible because he said 9 figures and 000, 000, and then a 1 is 1 million. and add another one, it's 10 million, and that's $100 million. I don't know where that's coming from, but people like it because he's the choice.
I hope you did your math correctly.
I did. I double checked it. I'm terrible at math, so
okay.
I think I'm right.
Listen, I have to. Go to the calculator every time, and hopefully I have the key. Yeah.
A federal appeals court overturned a Missouri law that banned police from enforcing some federal gun laws. The court ruled that the law violated the supremacy clause in the U.S. Constitution, which, of course, made clear that federal law trumps state law. Missouri's law targeted gun laws, but had been on hold since last year when the U.S. Supreme Court put it on hold while this whole issue played out in court. So that's an appeals court, likely be appealed again, and we'll see. Maybe it'll get to the Supreme Court. This is interesting. The body, the body of a Missouri nun north of Kansas City was exhumed last year, almost 4 years after her death. And after all that time, her body had not decomposed. They say it pretty much looked the same. In 2019, Sister Wilhelmina
Lancaster. I remember
Helmia, right?
Wilhelmina.
Right. There's no N in
Lancaster.
Lancaster was buried in an unsealed wooden casket without embalming or treating the body in any way. Experts called it highly atypical for her to come out of the grave looking the same. Her body was exhumed to move it to a church. There are no plans for the diocese, are saying there's no plans for sainthood. They don't have any way of gauging what they call incorruption. But it's interesting. I mean, when you think about a wooden casket without any sealing, and she's still, that's very strange. It's unique. Yeah, it is unique. I don't get it.
There is that for sure. Okay, well, on to this now. Tomorrow, the Ozarks Alliance to End Homelessness will host the Day of Hope to offer medical help to individuals and families. Things like free vision screenings, basic nursing services. It's tomorrow from 8 to noon at the O'Reilly Center for Hope on East Dale Street. Such a needed service. So praise the Lord for that. Okay. Here is a contest to tell you about before we go. If you missed it yesterday, the keyword again today is attractions. Attractions. There you go. Go to Around the Ozarks.
Is attractions.
That sounds terrifying. Yes. Go to aroundtheozarks.com. You will need the keyword to prove that you listened. And this week's prize is tickets to the Chiefs home game, which is on September 5th versus the Ravens.
Oh, cool.
So you want to go to the Chiefs game at Arrowhead, September 5th. Enter the contest. You'll win the tickets. You can also get some Branson area official vacation destination gear, since the KC Chiefs made Branson their official vacation destination. Same with Around the Ozarks. So we are calling this the Branson Bowl, and you will see the Branson Bowl under contest right now at aroundtheozarks.com. So make sure you tune in. And then on Thursday, we pick the winner. Friday, we will let you know who the winner is, and we will send you those tickets.
Man, free tickets to see the Chiefs, and you don't have to worry about getting a frostbite or anything. For this game. It'll be fantastic.
Yes, I see what you did there.
It'll be fantastic.
Okay, well, thanks so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you back here tomorrow. Have a really good day.
Yep, we'll be here. See you then.
You slept through your alarm, missed the train, and your breakfast sandwich, cold. Sounds like you could use some luck.
I'm Victoria Cash, and Lucky Land is where people go every day to get lucky. At Lucky Land, you can play over 100 casino-style games for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Go to LuckyLandSlots.com and get lucky today. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It is August 27th, and we are waking up with temperatures in the 70s across the Ozarks this morning. It is warm and kind of muggy out there already today, and you guessed it, it's going to be another hot one across the Ozarks. High temperature, mid and upper 90s. Heat index values, once again, for some folks, 100 to 105. Another day with dangerous heat. Really just another scorcher out there across the Ozarks. But today we do have at least some storm chance that I'm going to walk you through here in just a minute. Conditions today overall will just be hot and humid. The vast majority of us will stay dry through the day today. And I am expecting that oppressive heat to develop again. Hours between noon and 7 p.m. will be the worst. UV index is supposed to be through the charts today. So use caution if you're going to be outdoors at all. Take advantage of this early hour. It's already warm out, but if you got to walk the dog or something, get it in early today before temperatures really begin to take off. Most of the action with thunderstorms today will be up near the Great Lakes. However, I do have to mention at least the threat for a couple of thunderstorms today, primarily in our northern counties. I'm thinking north of I-44. We've just got so much heat and so much humidity that oftentimes that can create these unstable conditions. We've seen this big ridge of high pressure kind of settled securely over the Midwest. So it doesn't allow for a lot of that activity to actually break through. I think we could maybe see the cap. We call it the cap in meteorology. It's just this layer of very stable air. I think we could start to see that erode a little bit today, which would result in a couple of isolated thunderstorms for central Missouri and some of our northern counties. If they develop, I think it'll be after lunchtime, and they won't likely be very numerous on the radar, but a couple of storms scattered in nature possible through the course of the day today. Most just remaining hot and humid. High temperatures in the mid-90s, feeling more like the triple digits. The bigger cold front and the more significant cool down is going to come much later in the week. I have these hot and humid conditions sticking with us today and tomorrow. By Thursday, a frontal boundary will be approaching. I think it's still hot on Thursday, but we open the door to some thunderstorms and feel the effects of a cold front by Friday. That will come with our next best chance for some more widespread showers and thunderstorms in the forecast that could linger into Saturday morning. So the forecast today, mid and upper 90s for the afternoon high temperature. It's another hot one on Wednesday. I think we're mainly dry today and tomorrow. More clouds, though, start to develop in the forecast. And then by Thursday, as that frontal boundary gets a little bit closer, we start to increase the rain chance. About a 30% chance for some more widespread showers by Thursday. By Friday, that chance goes up a bit more. I think Friday is the best chance for rain in the Ozarks, and we may still have some storms out on Friday evening that linger over into Saturday morning. But at least right now, the weekend is looking okay with some cooler temperatures and dry conditions by Saturday afternoon. I do expect there to be a whole lot of activity, though, across the country today in terms of heat and storms. We're going to have this heat wave that persists for much of the middle part of the country for the next few days. High heat, high humidity. You'll see some excessive heat warnings, some heat advisories out for much of the Midwest. That will be in the national news headlines. We've also got this severe storm chance for the Great Lakes. The risks up there include intense flash flooding for the Great Lakes region today. And then monsoonal thunderstorms are shifting eastward into the southern Rockies and the high plains today. They've been near the Four Corners area, and now we're going to see those move a little bit further to the east as we go through the course of the day today. That's what's happening in national news headlines. All right, around the Ozarks, wake up weather brain twister trivia question time. The question that I left you with yesterday: what vegetable is known to help you see in the dark? Do you think it is A, carrots, B, sweet potatoes, C, spinach, or D, onion? Well, I've always heard that carrots do help your vision, but I haven't heard this claim of help you see in the dark. But indeed, if you chose A, carrot, you would be correct. Carrots can help you see in the dark because they contain beta-carotene. It's a form of vitamin A. It can help your eyes adjust to darkness. Sweet potatoes, other orange vegetables also contain this, but carrots contain it at the highest level. So A, carrots was the best choice there. Congrats. And I guess if you have evening activities, you need to drive at night, fuel up on some carrots before you hit the road. That's my sound advice. All right, here's a question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. Which animal sleeps the most? Do you think it is A, a sloth, B, a cat, C, a koala, or D, a bat? All those seem like sleepy animals. Let me know which one you think sleeps the most. You can enter your guess at aroundtheozarks.com. I will have the answer for you early tomorrow morning. Don't forget to enter. It is free to do so, and you could win a $20 gift card to Scooters. Might as well play. Thank you to Scooters and to Rescue Towing for sponsoring Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. And thank you for listening. I hope you have a great Tuesday. Find a way to beat the heat today. Have the umbrella just in case. Better storm chances arrive, though, late in the week.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.